Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I want to tell you the times when you actually want to pay more in tax. That's right, when you want to pay more in tax. I know that this goes against every single ad you've ever seen the big box stores promote or the self-prep tax software promote, because every single one of them says, get your maximum refund. Well, first of all, stop paying attention to that stupid refund, whether or not you're getting a refund or paying the IRS money. I have a couple of videos on that. I'll link at least one of them up in the top here for you to jump over and watch that. But you don't want to pay attention to your refund. Your refund is merely a product of how much estimated tax payments or withholding you paid in. All right, because you get your tax liability and then you determine how much you've already sent to the IRS, and you either owe them more or get a refund. So the critical factor in that is how much money did you already send to the IRS? That's going to determine whether or not you get a refund or owe taxes when it comes to tax time. But you can pay attention to what your actual tax liability is. Now, we want to get your tax liability as low as possible. But even in that, when do you want your tax liability, what you actually were responsible for in income taxes, when do you want that to be a higher number? All right? There's no trick. There's no gimmick here. You want it to be a higher number when it's the right number, okay? I have seen too many returns. I see hundreds of returns a year. I've seen thousands of returns in my career as a tax professional and as a CPA. And I'm telling you, there are more people than you think who either are in business for themselves and they're deducting expenses that are not allowed under the tax code. They may be getting away with it. It may be your neighbor who says, you can totally write this off. I've been doing it for years. That doesn't make it right. Okay, the IRS does not catch everyone, which is not a reason to do something wrong, because if they do catch you and you do it intentionally and it's significant enough, you go to prison. The video didn't pause. I said it. You go to prison if you do something you know you shouldn't do. They can prove it. It was reasonable enough. I mean, I post some of these on Fridays. I call it Fraud Friday. Where, either the taxpayer or the tax preparer went to prison because they knowingly put something incorrect on a tax return. All right. Now, the other thing is there's people out there doing it unintentionally all the time. They're deducting things that they thought were legitimate, or someone said, like, oh, this is something you can deduct. This is why you go into business for yourself. So you can deduct these things that used to be personal expenses that you can now deduct. There are some legitimate ones if you do it the right way. And I've got a video. I'll try to link to that too. Where you can do that legitimately, take expenses that used to be personal and legitimately transition them into deductible business expenses. But that's one of the key areas where people are deducting things that they shouldn't. Another one is you go to a preparer that you actually don't know that they're deducting things they shouldn't. I see this as well. It happens more frequently than you think. You go to someone who says, like, oh, you want a refund? I can get you your best refund. I can get you your maximum refund. And they know you're just focused on the refund. So they either fill out an itemized deduction, Schedule A, and they make things up. They make up charitable contributions you never spent. They do unreimbursed business expenses that aren't legitimate and that you never actually incurred. They inflate these deductions, or they put an education tax credit on there for like tuition paid to a college when you weren't actually taking any classes or in school. I've seen this. They put it on there and you get a nice refund. You don't even realize that they did that. And so, you underpay your taxes. And if the IRS catches you, not only are you going to owe those taxes, but you're going to owe penalties and interest on top of it. The majority of the time, you're not going to go to prison because you didn't do it intentionally, but you're gonna owe the penalties and interest, and they can be significant. They can be as much or more than sometimes the actual tax that was owed, depending on how long it takes the IRS to catch this and what the situation and circumstances are. So you always want to pay the least amount of income tax that you legally have to. There's no problem there taking every deduction that you're entitled to. And there are a few gray areas where you can do this and challenge the IRS, or areas where there's not quite clear guidance. So there are some gray areas, but a lot of times, it's just you're not doing it right. So with that, why would you want to pay more in taxes? Well, when I say more, that is a relative term. More than what? Well, more than maybe another person. So this is what I see, right? Like you did your taxes last year with someone else and you got a nice refund. Again, not the number you should be paying attention to, but you got a nice refund. And then you go to a legitimate preparer and you go, wow, last year I got a bigger refund. Last year I didn't owe as much in taxes. Are you not as good as him? Why was he able to do that? And there could be a litany of reasons, one of which is, and I've seen this, new clients come in and I go, look, this is why you got a refund last year. We need to amend this before the IRS catches it. You need to pay those taxes because if they catch it, penalties and interest. All right. So that's the premise of this video. The whole point of it is you want to pay more in taxes when it's the right flipping number. Okay. You don't want to underpay your taxes. My name is Brad. I'm with Putin CPA. My goal is to bring peace to your finance and tax responsibilities. One of the ways to do that is to sleep better at night by paying the amount of tax you actually owe. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you're notified when new videos come out. Thank you for watching.